Hello there. Today let us set up ELK stack. ELK stands for Elasticsearch Logstash and Kibana. You can Google for the download links for these packages. It's available from the official website. You can just download the latest version of these packages, and I have already downloaded it to make things faster. So I have Elasticsearch, Logstash and Kibana, and once you extract this tar.gz file, you get the actual packages. You can choose to install it in your operating system. You will anyway get the installation packages as well from the official website. Now let's start with Elasticsearch. By the way, I have made a separate video on how to set up Elasticsearch cluster. For today's demo, I am setting up a single node Elasticsearch cluster. So the Elasticsearch configuration looks something like this. I have specified the cluster name, node name and ports. Alright, and I have disabled the securities. This enabling it, the security has its own complexity. Probably I will cover that in some other video. So once these are configured, you make sure you set the JVM options as well. XMS and XMS value, don't touch the other properties unless you are expert on GC fine tuning. Okay, let's start the Elasticsearch node. So let's go to Elasticsearch folder, Elasticsearch and bin directory. So let's just execute the Elasticsearch executable. Elasticsearch actually ships with the bundled JDK. Logstash. You can to analyze the log, etc. The Elasticsearch node has already started. Let's test with the endpoint curl localhost 9200. Yes, Elasticsearch is started. It will show the node name, Lucene version and the Elasticsearch version. Alright, so now let's go through the Logstash configuration as well. So in Logstash you need to specify the pipeline and the which configuration you want to use. So for more details you can check out the official website about the Logstash. So I will show you the basic configuration as well. So we have three sections basically: input, filter and output. Input specify from where to get the data from. For now I am getting it from a log file, sample test log file. I will show you this file as well. It has simple basic data, vim tmp test log.txt. It has just two lines here, two JSONs basically. So we will consume this and index into Elasticsearch. So as of now Elasticsearch does not contain any indices. Let's just verify that. Localhost 9200 cat charts. There is no index as of now. So okay, so let's come back to the Logstash config. Input I am consuming from that log file. You can specify regex and include multiple directories. You can specify like recursive expressions here as well, so that you can watch all the log files in a directory. Then there are multiple options available for file input plugin in Logstash, so you can configure that as well as per your requirement. There are multiple input sources available in Logstash as well, like you can consume it from Kafka topic, etc. And second section is about filter. Here you'll be modifying the logs that you consume here, so you can basically rename the fields, or based on some conditions you can clone the logs, create a duplicate logs. You can do based on, I mean, in this I am formatting the JSON as well, as in, since I am expecting a JSON in the input file, I am using the JSON plugin here. Then we have output section here. So output, you can again, you can send it to Elasticsearch, or you can just write it to a file, or you can send it to a Kafka. There are multiple options available for the Logstash output section. You can check out the official website for that as well. This is pretty simple configuration for Logstash. Now the third component in our pipeline is Kibana. So let's check out the configuration of that as well. This is pretty straightforward single line configuration. Basically this Kibana will connect to the Elasticsearch, which is running in our local host 9200 port, and it will display the data. Let's check out that once we start the Logstash and Kibana. Now let's start the Logstash from the terminal. Let's go to Logstash and bin directory. Logstash is starting. Okay, let's wait for the Logstash to start. You can this is access test index and followed by, so it's in that index. So if you hit the search endpoint, you get the data. So we have two documents as expected. So both the logs are consumed and it's indexed. Now the final component, Kibana. Let's go to the bin directory of Kibana and let's start that. Alright, it's starting, and it Elasticsearch that is running in our local. I'm using a default port for Kibana as well. It's 601. Okay, it will take some time because it creates its own meta. You can see some, yeah. So here if you see Kibana observability, etc., some of the indices are actually not required. For example, ML and all those things, those are all paid features in Elasticsearch. Okay, I think Kibana also started. Let's check out localhost 5600. Yes, Kibana is loaded. Now let's try to check out the data from the discover page. For the first time it will ask you to create the index pattern. So here our index start with test index. Okay, I'll just ignore the date field. I'll give the regex star test sample index. Okay, you can give any name which you prefer. Sample index and timestamp field. This is important field. Your data will be shown as per the timestamp field. This is a time series data. So let's save the data to Kibana. All right. So now, as you can see in Kibana, we have two objects, two hits in last 15 minutes. So that is will automatically be populated from the Logstash itself. You can check out the document as well, and if you have some useful data, you can create a visualization from the Kibana. You can check out that as well. So I'll try to create a separate video for these things, like how to create a visualization and what are the advanced things that can be achieved using the Kibana. So lens is pretty simple. You can just drag and drop the visualizations. Okay, there is nothing actually useful in the sample I have taken, so I'm not creating any visualization, but basically you can just drag and drop and create different types of visualization, pie charts, all those things. So if you use the Grafana, you would be more interested in like how to see the metrics data here as well. The system stats is like Grafana shows very nice views, but for the text data and if you want to do advanced queries, Kibana is very useful to analyze your data in a more detailed manner. You can create your own queries as well, and you can choose a subset of your data and create a visualization on top of that. So yeah, that's about it for the today's demo. So we have set up the Elasticsearch Logstash and Kibana. I will put these links, useful links in the description below. You can check it out, and if you have any questions, please do ask in the comment section. So I will try to address those as soon as possible, and also please hit a thumbs up if you like the video, and yeah, so that will motivate me to create more such videos in future. Thanks a lot for watching. Thank you.